Whiskey friends, far and wide, we are live. Happy Tasty Tuesday. What's up? How's everybody doing? I am Eric, your humble malt muser. Got 3 hours of whiskey chat coming up, y'all. Kick back, relax, pony up to the bar, get a drink in hand. Let's do this. Warming up a little bit with Glen Grant 18, which is a great starter whiskey. I don't know what that says about it, but it's not bad. Before I set up the show tonight and let you all know what to expect over the next 3 hours, let's say hi to folks who are jumping in. Y'all forgive me. I'm having a little bit of an allergy situation today. Might not be my normal energetic self. Anywho, look who's first in the door again. Second week in a row, I think. Tamika Ivy, what's up? How are things? Daniel, East Texas. What is going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Peter White, holding it down in Ontario, Canada. What's good, Peter White? Saying hi to Daniel. What else is going on? Folks saying hi to each other. Daniel wants to know what's in the glass. I'm about to pour some Benromach 10. There you go. It's a good pour. Get after it, man. Tamika's got some vodka lemonade. Can't go wrong with that, right? Warm day in the Windy City. And on her feet all day. All right. Sounds good. Hanging in there, says Peter White. Better part of a Benromach 1057. Oh, the Imperial? Is that 57 proof? Yeah, that's a good pour. Righteous, man. Good to have you in the house. SoCal, representing Cohen, our good friend out in the Los Angeles area. What is up? Northern Ireland, Whiskey Straight Al. Cheers to you across the pond, buddy. Great to see you. Awesome to have you here. Benromach is good. Yes, it is. It is quite good. Howdy and goodbye from our other friend in the Calgary area, Ben Demon Hunter, Ben Dram Hunter, Ben the man. What's up, Ben? Drive safe. Let's not distract you too much. No drinking and driving. All right, y'all. Good to see everybody. We got 10 folks in, which is great. Let me set things up. So it's going to be a Speyside night for the most part. As you all saw, tonight on the happy hour, I'm going to be cracking open the Benromach 21 years old, which comes in this giant box. In fact, I'm going to crack it now and get this in the glass. So while I'm just jabbering, this thing can get some oxygen and will at least do some justice to its age. So we're going to be checking this out. I'm quite eager. I've had this bottle for, well, quite a while now, and I've just not got around to opening it. I'm super excited to see what's going on with this, as it is the oldest Benromach that I think I've ever had. Yeah, it doesn't even come close. And I do have a lot of Benromachs. So pretty stoked. I'm going to get this in the glass if I can get this plastic off of it. They don't make it easy. All right. Let me pour this out. Get it resting. Give it the respect it deserves. I just put that in the wrong glass. Let's pour a little bit more, shall we? All right. I just poured it on my Glen Grant. You see where I'm at today, y'all. All right. We're going to check this out. It's going to be fun. Later in the show, I was just sent some generous samples from friend of the show, Patreon supporter Andrew Page. I'm going to check those out. Probably crack one of those. And then, of course, Telex and Malt Show tonight. We are hanging out in the Speyside region of Scotland, checking out 2 killer Balvenies. We're going to be looking at the Balvenie 21-year-old Portwood. So another 21-year-old whiskey coming tonight. And then we're also going to be checking out a 14-year-old Balvenie peated called the Week of Peat. So if you got some Balvenies, as always, I will drop the link right around 9 o'clock in the chat, and y'all can migrate on over there. Join us for the second 2 hours. So we got a bunch of good stuff coming. Appreciate everybody hanging out. We're already up 13 folks in, which is awesome. 14. Even better. And all right, I'm going to have to just pour this rest of my Glen Grant into a third glass here. All right, there we go. A little bit left. In the meantime, let me catch up on the chat. We got some new folks in the house. I want to say hi. What's up? What do we got going on? James Morgan, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping through. Good evening. Good evening. Jack, the Pickled Hound, our favorite dog avatar. What's up? How are you doing? Not drinking yet. Family comes first. There you go. Wise words, my friend. Wise words. There's our boy Tony, just up the road from me, King of Prussia, PA, holding it down. Had a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Tony. Thanks for hanging out. Good to see you as always. I don't have the week of Pete yet, but I have the Balvenie Pete week. There you go. Yeah, we'll get into all of that. I don't know. There might be a distinction without a difference. Jack's finishing up that paperwork. All right, man. Get your hustle on. Do your thing. All right. Dude, it's been a year since that dog passed. Damn. Well, I'll raise a glass to that. Cheers, Hound. I hope you had a good life with our friend Jack there, man. I'm sure you did. All right, what else is going on? I think I've missed a couple. Yeah, I did. Lemonade does sound refreshing. Yes, it does. Yeah, I think he's talking about the Benromach Imperial cask. It's a 10-year-old cask strength. I think it was discontinued for just a little bit, but it is now, I think it's coming back again. But to make you have mouth, to make me blush. All right, we got James Morgan. What's up? Yeah, you bet, man. Happy birthday, buddy. I just bought a bunch of stuff today at High Times. All right, St. George, Baller for 42, Oaxacan rum, Plantation single cast Trinidad with Muscat. Man, you're not playing. All right. You know, Cohen having access to such great liquor stores as he does, I am not at all surprised to hear that you are able to find such good stuff on a regular basis. Boy, do I miss getting High Times delivery. Before we go any further, I want to drop a link in the chat. And if folks are interested, send a notification, give it a like, whatever you want. Tomorrow night, I'm doing another live. There'll be a special live stream tomorrow night. Friend of the show, Cody, the Dram Dude, and I are going to be uncorking a old 28-year-old Deanston. It will be at 9 o'clock Eastern time, 6 Pacific. So if folks are interested in joining that and watching along as we check out what hopes to be a really special old Deanston, give it a like. Get yourself a notification so you don't miss it. It should be a lot of fun. Excited to have Cody join the show for a little bit of a stream. So hope you guys can make it. It'd be great to have a good crowd in there and we can chat about Deanston, which is quickly becoming one of my favorite distilleries. I thought Benromach was going to be the one this year, but man, Deanston too. God, I've been having some really, really good luck with Deanstons lately. Earlier this year, I cracked open a 17-year-old organic PX finish, which is pretty solid. Obviously, there's this mammoth 28-year-old Deanston, which is a Muscat finish. Really looking forward to that. I've picked up another Deanston recently. It's one of the Union exclusive releases. It's I think it's all pheno at cast strength. Man, Deanston. So enough about Deanston, though. We don't got to go too far. I'll get too excited. We'll be talking about it the whole show. We're going to get into this Benromach in just a sec. Let me just make sure. Hey, Rick McHugh, what's up, Rick? Good to see you, buddy. Happy Tuesday. Hope it's a tasty one for you as well. What are you sipping on? Right on, man. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, it's a little bit of a later show. He's all the way in Northern California, and I'm still out here on the East Coast. So, it's going to be a little bit of a later show, but hope folks can join. And yeah, that link is right there in the chat. So, all right, y'all, let's not bury it anymore. If you've been hanging out on the show for a while with me, you know I've been talking more and more about how much I'm loving Benromach. If you're not familiar, you know, many folks will see the older Benromach. As you can see, I got a couple of them back here. This is the older label of the Benromach. They recently switched this up. I really love this 15-year-old, the organic, the 10 Imperial. They got some cast strengths. There's just, Benromach's making really good stuff. And they have been for quite some time. Now, an interesting thing about Benromach Distillery, it's a Speyside. And they are actually owned by Gordon MacPhail, which is a independent bottler. So, like, it's one of the few distilleries that's actually owned by an independent bottler. Interesting thing about that, there is a distillery that owns an independent bottler, which is Springbank, who owns Cadenheads. So this is a distillery literally made by the folks at Gordon MacPhail, which may strike you as kind of odd, but let me tell you, the juice is good. What we got here is a 21-year-old Benromach. This is their new branding. I'm not sure I love it. This is bottled at 43% ABV. Benromach is also known as being one of these distilleries that uses the dunnage warehouse approach. So they got the earthen floors in their stuff, which gives it a little bit of that extra foostiness or whatever you want to call it. Here's what it's got to say. Small team of distillers, Speyside single malt. It's always sherried. This is all first fill cask. And they use a little peat, so there's going to be some smoke in this. As I mentioned, it is 43% ABV. It does not say anything on here about chill filtration or natural color, which is, unfortunately, they are not very transparent about that, which makes me a little bit worried. Here's what the box looks like. It's, I don't know, one of these really big ostentatious boxes. Here's the bottle. Bottle of this stuff is around 140, 150 bucks. In the UK, you can get it shipped over even a bit cheaper than that. It does not say here, it just says handmade, which we know means nothing. They really emphasize the made by hand nature of this whiskey. Family owned, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it doesn't say. So maybe we have to assume this is chill filtered and has color added, which is sort of a bummer. I wish they would be more transparent about that, because they are all about talking about how craft of a whiskey they are. So there you go. Anyways, so we got this resting in the glass here. It's been sitting here for about 5 minutes or so. That's the color we're looking at. I don't know. Could be natural. I'll let that sit just a minute longer or two, and we'll say hi to some of the new folks who have jumped in the chat. Nika, oh, wow. Nice. Got James Morgan in from London. What's up? Representing the UK. Whiskey Throttle, our Canadian friend. A lot, brother. A lot. You know this. Don't you know I'm in a dry camp? Yes, I do. That's right. Poor Throttle. He's out working on a site, and he's somewhere where they don't have alcohol. So he's self-flagellating himself by watching the stream tonight, torturing himself. You know, that's his style. Sorry, Throttle. I'll try not to tell you if this is the best whiskey I've ever had. Hawaiian Islands. Juan, coming in from Oahu. What's up, my friend? Good to see you. Thanks for swinging in. All right. All right. Looks like we got the Indies in the house. What's up in Vancouver? Benromach vodka. Yum. What did I say? It is 43%. Yeah, it does look like a vodka, doesn't it? Doesn't this look like a Stolichnia freaking bottle or something? I'm not saying I was a huge fan of their older stuff. It looked kind of like wine, but this, I don't know, man. It looks a little cheap and generic. Russian or something like that. I don't know. Oh, you're not in the drawer. Man, I don't know what to say to you, man. I thought that's what you were talking about. Oh, you're talking about the whiskey not being best ever. Yeah, okay. We're going to find out shortly. I still have the Benromach packaging that was made in Napa Valley. Oh, okay. Right on. Andrew Page, our friend out in Jersey. What's up, buddy? I'm going to be getting into one of your samples a little bit later. Okay. Here we go. Benromach 21. As I mentioned, I'm a big fan of their distillery. I think I probably have 9 bottles of different Benromachs. It's crazy. Telex and I did a show a while back. I think you can go find that live stream if you're interested. It was like the Benromach Organic, and which I really liked. And then I think we did the Benromach 15, which is absolutely killer. They're straight up 10-year-old is one of the best 10-year-olds I think on the market. Like I said, their profile, it's sweet, it's fruity, it's a little musty, and it's got a little bit of smoke to it. They also make a heavily peated called the Peat Smoke. That is the one that I have never had. But they got a bunch of different single casks that out there. Here's like one, for example, that I recently got my hands on. This is a Benromach. Still got the old labeling. This is a single cask, first fill hogshead, 60% ABV. So there's a lot of these floating around, stuff like that. They also have regular cask strength that they release as a non-age statement, so on and so forth. Okay. One more look at the bottle. Here you go. This is the Benromach 21, Benromach Distillery embossed on the back. Again, we don't know if this is been chill filtered or color has been added to it. Hard to tell. Okay. Let's check it out. So for anybody familiar with Benromach whiskey, this is giving you everything you would expect. There's that mustiness, the warehouse note, a little bit of smoke, very, very light. Oranges, honey, very dark notes. Not chocolate, it is all fruit. Like stewed plum, there's raisin, maybe a bit of ginger. It smells nice. It smells old. And I know how generic that sounds, but like you walk into an antique store, you know how there's just that smell in the air, like an old bookstore. That's kind of what you get in this. This just smells like an old whiskey, which I think comes from the warehouse that they use. So behind all that, there's a little bit of hint of vanilla or like a nutmeg thing, clove. So there's some spice. It's mostly spice fruit and a little bit of funk. Okay, let's give it a taste. Cheers, y'all. Happy Tasty Tuesday. I'm immediately noticing how relaxed of a whiskey this is. I find Benromach to be a pretty heavy and aggressive in your face whiskey. Not as much with this, which makes sense at 21 years old. It arrives really kind of soft on the palate, sticky, a lot of fruit, oranges, a lot of those like medium fruits, apricot maybe, honey, ginger. So you're getting the sweet, a little bit of the savory, a little bit of the sour. As it develops, you get another nice wave of kind of like candied, like candied orange. There's so much orange going on. Again, there's a bit of that caramel comes in, goes into a medium long finish, gets a little bit juicy on the finish, not drying at all, which is nice. That smoke is just in the background, kind of accenting the whole thing. Medium long finish. It's a bit cloying. Again, this is a neck pour, so we don't know for sure like where this is going to go. It's a little bit tight, which I guess you'd expect from a neck pour. And what I mean by that is like it doesn't seem like its full bouquet, as it were, is kind of asserting itself here. It seems a little bit tight up. There's some citrus though. There's like hints of citrus. So yeah, I mean, really this first sip, medium kind of orange, apricot, maybe a little bit of plum. It's like caramel, you get a little bit of the spice note, as I was mentioning, clove, cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger. You get another nice wave of orange, and then it goes into kind of a medium long finish, which is both a little bit spicy, a little bit sweet. Mm. Yeah, even that second sip, which is normally the case with me, the second sip is always better. It's still not an aggressive whiskey. This is a really tame Benromach, which is not something I would ever really use to characterize their whiskey. It's quite nice though. It's relaxed. I'm getting more like pear apple now, in addition to that kind of orange note. Again, the ginger, it's balanced really nice. There's a little bit of saltiness even. Almond. So there's like a nuttiness coming through it. We're definitely going to have to try some of this with water. I'm eager to see what's underneath here. It does seem kind of, like I said, it's kind of tight. It seems like there's this, it's almost like a prune plum note stewed that like kind of masks overcoats everything. Despite, like, again, the savory, the citrus, the sweet are kind of balanced, but there's this thing on top of it that's kind of taking it a little bit away. I mean, I would almost even go as far to say like blueberry. Okay. I'm gonna get a little bit more on this in the glass, and then we'll put some water on it. In the meantime, let me know in the chat. You a fan of Benromach? Any Benromachs you really like? Have you had the Benromach 21 before? I'd be interested to hear what you got to say about it. And for those who just joined, as I mentioned, I put a link in the chat a little bit earlier. I'm going to drop it in here one more time right now for folks who may or may not have seen it. I'm doing a special live tomorrow night with friend of the show, Dram Dude, who he and I are going to be opening a Deanston 28-year-old from 1991. Really looking forward to that. Link is in the chat if you want to set up a notification. That's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Would love to have you on. It's going to be a cool show. Been eager to have a session with Dram for a while, so really looking forward to that one. So that link is in the chat for y'all, and that'll be tomorrow. It does look like a vodka label. Yeah, I agree. Working on it. Just got a store pick bottle of Benromach you will want to sample. Okay. Get that to me. Let's do it. Oh, speaking of, there's Dram Dude now. What's up, man? Good to see you. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Cohen and them talking. Moose Gal's Corner. What's up? Hello to you. How are you doing? Thanks for stopping through. Yeah. Their 10 is really good. And that Imperial 10 is even better if you ever get your hands on it. Yeah, folks talking to each other. James Morgan's got smiles and yums on his face over in London. Good, good, good. What up, Rod? My man. I'm rocking a beer shirt tonight, bro. Good to see you, dude. For those of you who are beer fans, check out Rod J. Beer Ventures. He does great live shows. He's the man. Great to see you. Stop in and say hi, buddy. Just sent you a picture of my last Benromach single cast. Okay. Email? I'll look at it. All right. Let's get back into this Benromach 21. So first impressions are, it's good. I don't know. I mean, it's not blowing my mind. The thing about this is it's not that expensive for a 21. In hindsight, I was a little bit skeptical of this being only at 43% ABV. That's usually a red flag for me. However, I can kind of see what they were going for here. They're going for a much more chill whiskey. And thankfully, those drops of water have really opened this up a little bit here. Much more vibrant. The lemon lime note is coming through more. There's almost like a meaty quality to it. This is why you always should put a couple drops of whiskey on your whiskey, or water on your whiskey. Wow, that's really nice. The orange has gotten more citrus. It's not those stewed fruits anymore. It's nice. Let's give another taste. Cheers. Much better. Much better. This has really opened up considerably. The water makes a huge difference. It really kind of like stretches out the entire palate on this. The sweeter notes are getting actually a lot more vibrant in your face. Just great. It still remains a nice balance. You still have this nice core of like honey and caramel. Quite good. I still wouldn't say that this is like blowing my mind in any specific ways, but I do like it a lot more with water. Let's try one more taster. Oh yeah, okay. It's unbelievable what a little water will do. This has gotten a lot better. It's really opened up. I mean, you're getting a lot more of the oak notes now, which were freaking buried under it while it was neat. Yes, it was a neck pour. I'm not going to say go out and buy this and run out and buy it, but man, if you're a Benromach fan, this is just the logical next step. I think I would probably put this in that, 3.75 to 4 range. You have to like their profile. I mean, they do have a rather distinct, they're kind of like Springbank a bit in that way. The funkiness, a little bit of that peat smoke. It's not a peated whiskey in the sense that many folks who've not had it would think. Like, it ain't like a freaking Lafroig or something. If there was a whiskey I would compare this to, is like a Glen Scotia. Their distillate is similar in profile. Yeah, this is in that like 3.75 range probably. I'm going to do a deeper review. Obviously, like, this is a 21-year-old whiskey. Neck pour, I got to give it justice. So we're going to give it some time, but awesome to have a few sips with y'all and try a old-ass Benromach. Definitely put water on it if you pick this up. It changes it considerably and for the better. We got 20 folks in, right on. So let me just give you guys man. There's like maple syrup thing going on now. Ooh, I don't know what this runs in the US, but man, I'd like to actually compare this to the 15. Again, like, this is a weird distillery. They're owned by an independent bottler, Gordon MacPhail. And as I was saying, there's not many that are like that. I think the only, you have a distillery like Springbank owns Cadenhead. So like, there's an example of an indie bottler owned by a distillery, but literally Gordon MacPhail made Benromach. Well, no, I mean, they bought it and they own it and they restarted it. It's legit. Legit. It's a heavy whiskey. Really heavy on the palate. Yeah, I can mess with this. I can tell already. This is going to be one of those bottles that gets really good when it's down like a third way. After oxygen does its magic. Even just the water alone lets you know. Great stuff. All right, let me catch up here, man. I know I'm far as hell behind. Just so everybody knows, after this, I'm going to get into a sample sent over by Andrew Page, friend of the show, Patreon supporter. Cheers for those, Andrew. And tonight, Telex tonight at 9 o'clock, I'll drop the link in the chat right around top of the hour. We are going to be going and doing some Balvanys, some good ones too, I'm hoping. We're doing the Balvenie 21-year-old Portwood and the Balvenie 14-year-old Week of Peat. So that should be pretty fun. All right, let me catch up here real quick. You've only had the old peat smoke Benromach. Yeah, those are fucking heavy smoky whiskeys. There you go. Man, you can't go wrong with the Highland Park. Is it the Viking Pride or is it one of the older ones? Throttle says, I just sent you a picture. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I'm going to check that out. Hey, Two Wheels Down. Swami Suave, what's up, buddy? How are you, man? Folks who are interested in motorcycles and things like that, take a second, open up a window, sub to Two Wheels Down, formerly known as Malted in Montreal. Swami's doing some fun videos, man. Check them out. Indy says, I slammed a bottle of Benromach 10 after watching Mortal Kombat movie. Yeah, I mean, I might have slammed one of watching the old Mortal Kombat movie, but I mean, not Annihilation. Annihilation, you'd need something stronger than a Benromach 10. That first one was all right, I guess, right? I mean, it had Goro, but yeah, I saw they made a remake, man. I don't know about that. Do people in this generation even know about Mortal Kombat? Like, who are they trying to get to go see that? Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Yeah, you know what's up. He says he's never loved Benromach. I feel you. I don't know which ones you've had. I really quite like them, to be honest. Some are better than others, obviously, but how does it stack against the Glengoyne? So that's, yeah, I was thinking that it's heavier than the Glengoyne. I think the Glengoyne 21 is one of those that, is also 43%, but suffers from the Glengoyne syndrome of being a little bit too light on the palate. I think this is a little bit more complex. The Glengoyne 21 is sweeter, for sure. This one has a bit more funk and depth to it. Again, like this is not, I guess I'd say like Benromach in general is a bit more challenging. There's a lot going on in it. I mean, you do have the like Dunnage Warehouse effect. You have the peat effect. Personally, I would probably drink this over the Glengoyne 21 just because I find it a little bit more interesting, and I think it's going to get even better. But, and the price too. I mean, I think this Benromach 21 is actually still probably a bit cheaper than the Glengoyne. So yeah, I guess that's my initial impression of it. He's had 2 Benromachs. I'd love to hear which ones you've had. Yeah. All right. Some more folks saying hi to each other. Yeah, man. Swami's around, hanging out. Folks saying hi to him. Good. Cheers. The remake. Trash. Well, I'm not surprised. I heard that there's no Johnny Cage in it. How does that even happen? How do you make a Mortal Kombat movie without Johnny Cage? Is that true? There's no Johnny Cage in it? Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, for those of us like me who are like grew up in the generation when Sega Genesis had that out with the blood, the video game was at 1992. Man, Mortal Kombat was everything back in the day. And then there was the Super Nintendo version, which they took the blood out and you had to get like the blood code or whatever. Because they were all like, oh, this is so violent. We can't let the kids see this fake blood coming out of these, out of Sub-Zero's face or whatever. Amazing to think about that. Oh, God, there's going to be a next one? Shit. That doesn't sound like a good idea. I'm sure it'll make money, though. Okay, y'all. So Benromach 21, a whiskey you got to give time to. I think I'll sit comfortably at a prelim score on 375 on this. I think there's a lot going on here. It's got a lot of upside. I'm looking forward to it. I'll do a review of this in the next couple months. But what I'm going to do now, just to keep things rolling. Fuck, I got to find the box now. Where did I put that? Oh, my boy Andrew Page, friend of the show, Patreon supporter, all that jazz. Thank you for all that, Andrew. I appreciate you. Just sent me a whole bunch of killer samples, and I haven't actually looked at these yet, but I'm gonna check one of these out tonight. So we got here is a Paul John Peated Select Cask Scottish Barley First Fill Bourbon, Bladnock 10, We got a Linkwood 12 single refill bourbon finished in Flam wine cask. Okay. Damn. And he actually sent a few others. Macallan Classic Cut 2020, Blair Athol 17, Glen Scotia 10 peated. That's rad. I'm going to be up on that. And there were two others here. Bowmore 15. This is from 2001. It's a Murray McDavid benchmark. Finished for 4 years in a port pipe. Damn, dude. And then we have the Milton Duff 24, 1994. Alexander Murray. Single bourbon cask strength. I think I might have to go with this one, right? Why the hell wouldn't we? Kong versus Godzilla. I have not, but I've seen it. I've definitely seen it. What's up, Zan? Trying to figure out the rum fire overproof rum. What a weird spirit. Yes. You want something to get from Hampton? Look no further than this one. 2020 Great House. Probably one of the best rums I've ever had. This is cast strength. I think it is what 50-some%. This is crazy. I mean, if you've drank Hampton rum before, then you definitely know. I mean, they have the whole high ester thing going on, so it's funky. This one, man. This one don't play. 59% ABV. I don't know how old it is. It doesn't even matter. You need this in your life. If you like Hampton whiskey or Hampton rum at all, you need that in your life. I have not had the overproof. I've had the regular, which I like. This, however, while about $40 more, is just killer. Absolutely killer. Keep an eye out for that. All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the Milton Duff, 24 years old. Can't get that. Oh, the Great House. Swami, man, we got to figure out a way to get you a sample of this, dude. You'd love it. It's freaking killer. The Hampton is the one you're saying. Yeah, it is like the Springbank of rum, and I say that because it's like funky, man. I mean, if you've never had high ester rum, I mean, it's a whole different dimension. And the Hampton rums are like, yeah. I mean, if you were going to explain it to a Scotch drinker, it's like the Springbank. It's like funky, but in all the good ways, you know. That's probably the best description I can give you for it. It's all ex-bourbon cask. I mean, that Great House is not an easy one necessarily to get your hands on, but man, even the regular one, which again, I don't know about the overproofed one, which is like 60-some%. Zan was drinking on that. I don't know what to say about that one. I've not had it, but I will tell you, even the regular one at 46% is around $45. You want to try a whiskey that's super funky, super different, check out Hampton for sure. There you go. I think I did a review of it. Solid stuff. Yeah, cheers, Swami. You dig it the most, brother. All right. At Mount Muser, the Milton Duff is good. I never even heard of the distillery before. No, I haven't either, actually. I'm not even sure what to make of this. And all I know is what you wrote on here, which is probably all I need. It's an Alexander Murray, which is always like hit and miss, I guess, in terms of indie bottlings. I don't know. Like I've had one or two. No, I've actually had a couple of theirs. They have so many good picks, but then I hear like some of them are real like duds. I mean, you go to like Total Wine, even some of the big box stores, man, they have like tons of Alexander Murray's, like 12-year-old Castring Bruichladdis, Bunnahavens. There's a Lafroig. There's a 19-year-old Linkwood. I actually picked that up. I mean, they seem like they get their stuff around. There's like, you know, like a 18-year-old Dalmore, some shit like that. There's like 26-year-old Buna. At like cast strength, and it's like a third of the price of the Buna 25. I don't know, but let's check this out. So again, this is let me know in the chat if anybody's had Milton Duff before. 24 years old. It's from 1994, 45.9% cask strength at bourbon, and it's a bourbon cask. Wow. Well, that's interesting. Immediately on the nose, there's like a little bit of ethanol. There's a honeycomb, like dried honey, a little bit of vanilla, gingerbread, or like, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of sweet and spice. Whew. There's some apple in it too. Oh, there you go. Yeah, don't say anything about Foursquare, y'all. Swami will get he'll get agitated. This is an interesting nose. It's like it's a bit aggressive, but when you pull back a little bit, tropical fruits emerge. I almost think I was getting a little too close for comfort here. Oh wow, there's a really nice apple note in here, like a honey crisp, like something like a sweet yellow apple type thing. Ah, it's owned by Chivas. All right, there you go. All right, well, let's give it a taste. Cheers, y'all. Mmm. Ooh, that's different. Hella fruit, watermelon. I've never picked that up on a whiskey before. There's serious watermelon action going on in this. I'd venture to say that's like the dominant note here, man. Watermelon. There's a little bit of spice. It's pickled ginger, maybe cinnamon red hot, but it's subdued. Caramel, vanilla, brown sugar, that's all there. But there's this juicy fruit thing going on. It's like watermelon, cantaloupe type thing. I'm not even kidding. Where the hell is this distillery? Man, I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Milton Duff. It was briefly a part of Allied Caledonia, and now it's owned by Chivas. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Man, this is good. Andrew Page. Have anybody here in the chat had Milton Duff before? Let me know. Andrew Page, did you pick up the watermelon thing going on in here? Like honeydew, watermelon, cantaloupe, all that melon stuff is happening serious in this. Wow. Man, this is interesting. Great mouthfeel. Sweet, sugary, fruity with a little bit of spice. That's what you're getting here. Man, that spice hits nice too at the back. As it develops, you go through this fruit and then you get the bourbon notes, the caramel, vanilla, brown sugar. After that comes the spice, and it's like cinnamon red hot. But again, it's not so spicy on the tongue as to make it like sting. It's kind of rounded off a little bit. I'm telling you, man, there's watermelon in this. You did. You did. Yeah, man. Yeah, the almond is there, and the maple thing too. You're right. I was getting it more as like kind of brown sugar, but it's a distinction without a difference in a lot of ways. Dude, the watermelon, man. It's unmistakable for me right now. This is good. Thank you for sending this on, man. And it's 24 years old at that, which is super cool. Anyway, y'all, Hope you all having another good time kicking things off here on Happy Hour. As I mentioned, 15 minutes or so, we're heading on over to Tell It's the Whiskey Text channel. It's Balvenie night. We're sticking around the Speyside region. Balvenie, 21-year-old Portwood. Balvenie, 14-year-old We Compete. That's what you got coming up. If you've enjoyed the show so far, man, I'd love it if you subscribe. If you're not a sub, if you are, smash the thumbs up, especially you, Whiskey Throttle, as you're going out the door. I know you're working your ass off, man, but if you got a little more energy in you, man, smash that thumbs up on your way out, brother. Appreciate you. God damn. Man, this is an interesting whiskey. These are, one of the best parts about having this community is just that you try things that you would never probably get your hands on otherwise. And man, props, Andrew Page. This is a generous box of samples that you've sent me. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to be looking forward to enjoying all of these. But boy, this was a good way to start. We get a juicy pear. Killer. Daniel's out. Yeah, take it easy. Oh. Yeah, and this is from Alexander Murray. Like I said, I don't know, for our friends in Canada or across the pond in the UK, Northern Ireland, I know we had some folks in Paris. This is, I don't know how familiar you all are with Alexander Murray releases, but they're like, as far as indie bottlings go here in the US, they're really common. We see these a lot, and they're really good prices. And so, immediately I'm like excited by it, but I also get a little trepidatious because the prices seem too good to be true. This one is a hit. Man, you were right about that almond note. It's like honey roasted almonds with that glaze on them. Wow. This is really good. I'm gonna have to look for more of these. Yeah, as the more and more oxygen gets on this, the more of that like creamy nougat almond thing you get. The honey note. There's still a bit of that spice in the background, but it's taming. I don't get the watermelon on the nose now, but I can get it on the palate. Man, this is a killer dram. I'm pouring the rest of this sample. Fuck it. That's a killer dram. It reminds me a bit of a Klein Leash. If I was going to compare this to something, it's got a bit of that waxiness, that roundedness that you get out of a Klein Leash. I have been loving a Klein Leash of late. I got this relatively recently, and I swear I'm going to finish this bottle before I move. This is a Klein Leash. This is a 21-year-old. It's from the Signatory selection, or a 11-year-old, 46%er non-chill natural. This, man, I love this Klein Leash. And I got to say, this is reminding me a bit of that, albeit a bit more fruit and a bit more complex. And there's a really nice kind of milk chocolate, like an Almond Joy. You ever had an Almond Joy before? With the coconut, the chocolate, and the almond note. And that's what this Milton Duff is bringing to the table right here, along with that watermelon. It's always good. Man, this is damn good. Yeah, seriously. I'm impressed. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And next time we do a sample swap, I won't be here in the East Coast anymore, but definitely will make sure to pass on my address. I got some stuff for you too. This is better than that Benromach 21. Man, that's weird. Great way. What else is going on? Daniel, let's stay in touch. Top Chef Dustin, what's up, man? How are you? Happy Tasty Tuesday. Drink your samples and don't pack them. Dude, I wish I could. I actually just got another box today, which is just freaking beyond cool. Look at this monster. Quig. Quig just sent, Quig usually sends me a small economic box. Dude, this thing is like, I don't know what's in here. I'm going to do a live show and crack that open, but I got too many samples, and you know how it goes. It's not a bad thing. Get to try so much new stuff. Folks saying hi to Dustin. Jack the Pickled Hound's got the Tormore. Alexander Murray, 24-year-old, 40%. Yeah. That's the thing about that. Like, I don't know what to think about Alexander Murray. I think they're really a hit and miss thing. This Milton Duff 24 that Andrew Page sent hit. The Lafroig 12 that they have, it's okay. The Linkwood 17 is good. I have not had that Boona 26 or the Boona 12. They also have a Brook Lottie 12 cast strength, which I'm like chomping at the bit to buy, but I haven't because I'm not sure what to expect. I think they're, again, you go to a Total Wine in the U.S., man, they're everywhere. The Alexander Murrays are all over the place. Are you talking to me? Blackout Friday? Should we do a Blackout Friday? This takes water well too. Yeah, I'm actually going to do that right now. I'm digging it, man. Thank you for this. This is, and you got this from you're part of the, this is from Flavor, the Flavor thing where they send you these. I don't know if anybody else is part of this, but it seems like a good deal, man. I'm thinking about signing up for this because, man, Andrew, you've been getting some seriously fun whiskeys, and appreciate this. Peter White's got a True Brew, Two Brewers 21. Right on. Cheers, Bourbon Bounty. What's up, brother? How are you? Good to see you, man. For those of you who are bourbon fans, take a hot second, go and sub to Bourbon Bounty. He's the man. He's doing great videos. He comes out of North Carolina, knows his bourbon. Mad love for him. We've done a couple live streams. We'll probably do more. Y'all are setting the tone right. So we're less than 10 minutes from Telex and Mulch. Like I told you, we got 2 more hours of Whiskey Chat coming tonight, as we always do on a Tuesday. Telex and I are going to be getting into some Balvenie. So we're sticking around Speyside. The first hour, we're going to do the Balvenie 21-year-old Portwood. And in the second hour, we're going to do the Balvenie 14-year-old Week of Peat, which I'm a big fan of. Normally, we would do the more accessible everyday whiskey, which in this case I would say is the Balvenie Week of Peat in the first hour. However, because it's much more of a peated whiskey, we're going to do the 21-year-old first. So I will drop that link in the chat when we are ready to go. I am looking forward to it. I have not had the Portwood. He has not had the 14 Week of Peat. So this is going to be a fun Balvenie show. I actually just got a really good new Balvenie, which I'll tell you guys about on the Telex show, that I wish was going to be part of this because I need an excuse to open it, but you know how it is. In the meantime, let me just queue up Telex here to see, so we're ready to rock when he is. Should be coming in a few minutes. One thing I did want to mention before we head on over there, for folks who saw, I did post a new top 5 video this week, a little bit of a special release video that I put together, my top 5 non-age statement whiskeys under $100. And I would love to hear if anybody had any thoughts or opinions on that they didn't drop in the comments. That was a really hard list to do. Just to remind folks, if you didn't see it, I had 2 honorable mentions. Again, this is non-age statement malt whiskeys under $100. I had Glenmorangie, Nectador, and Lafroig Quarter Cask as honorable mentions. My 5 went like this: 5 Naked Grouse, 4 Amroot Fusion, 3 Glen Scotia Victoriana, 2 Ardbeg Ugadal, 1 Tamdu Cast Strength or Tamdu Batch Strength, whatever you want to call it. So that was my top 5 list. I've gotten a bunch of really good feedback on it on the video so far, which was a lot of fun. If you've checked it out, do go and check out that video if you haven't yet, and you can hear my logic and reasoning. But would love to hear if you guys have other NAS whiskeys that are under $100 that you would have had put on there. All right, what else we got going on at Malbeazer? Did you see Sipper Social Club? No, I didn't, but I got to. You only need 5 whiskeys. If that was true, man, God, fuck. I wish that was the case. Sadly, it's not. I got to check that out. He did a great parody of like, this was a couple weeks ago. He did this video. I'm sure you saw it, Dustin, where he was like parodying like the bourbon taters, like slamming the bottles. You know, like this is how you become a YouTube whiskey drinker or whatever. So good. I appreciated that. That was funny as hell, man. I got to check this one out though. I'll take a look for it. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to do it. And by the way, folks, if you haven't yet, do take a second, subscribe to Top Shelf Whiskey. That is formerly Mike's Whiskey Reviews. And he joins, I think for the most part, is doing the videos with Top Shelf Dustin. And they are talking about the high-end single malts. So if you're into that, give them a sub, or give them a sub anyway, even if you're not. They're good people. Yeah, I got to look at that, man. All right, I gotta check that. Another bourbon channel is what we need in the 500 that exist on YouTube already. We need rum channels, not more bourbon. I could count the rum channel. Yeah. If I knew enough about rum, I'm getting into rum, but if I knew enough about it, I would talk about it. But you know, I'm not going to do that. Stay in my lane. I know half. I'm half right about whiskey, which is more than enough. I learned more from y'all than I would by myself. That's truth. I do have a good amount of rums though, including a plantation single cask. If Swami's still in here, it's finished in Kilhoman barrels. So that's rad. Yeah, for sure. Looks like our friend Telex has queued up the link. I'm going to drop this in the chat for y'all. He's going to be starting the live show shortly. Like I said, we are doing Balvenie Week of Peat and Balvenie 21-year-old Portwood. Freaking excited for both of these. If you're a Balvenie fan or just want to learn more about Balvenie, we're going to be chatting about it for a while. It's one of my favorite distilleries. So it'll be good. Your top 5 NAS whiskey was great. I'm going to have to check it out. Yes. Tamdu batch strength, whatever, cast strength, batch strength, I don't know what it's called. Dude, it's legit. I put it over Oogie, man. And like, I figured Oogie would just be the number one because Oogie's always the number one in fucking most of the videos I do. You can't mess with Tamdu cast strength, man. The price, the complexity you get, I'm going to stand on my soapbox for a second. Compare it to like an Aberlour or Abuna. The Tamdu blows it out of the water, man. Blows it out of the water. We are. I could, man, but I would have to like. I mean, I try to keep it real humble, man. I don't try to act like I know everything or anything like that. Like trying to like some folks who on some channels be acting like they're like the know everything about whiskey, but you know, maybe I'll pencil in a rum show. I have a lot of Foursquare rum. Sorry, Swami. I have some Hamptons. I got some of those Martinique rums. Maybe it'd be fun. What up? What's going on out in the desert? Vegas Art is in the house. Good to see you. Yeah, man. Any of them. The one that I'm sipping on right now is the Batch 5. It's freaking killer. But they have the Batch 4 is awesome. The Batch 3 is awesome. And these are all in that 70 to 80 range, man. You can look online if you can't find it, dude. They're killer. I mean, the one that I've been sipping on now, is the Batch 5, which is awesome. But like, I think really any of them, to be honest with you. I mean, I've not had 1 and 2, just in total transparency. But from what I have had, they're amazing. Oh yeah, dude. I think it is so I've only found this at the government stores. I opened this last night on my impromptu live. This is an Irishman 17-year-old single cask. I only, dude, if you want to email me at malt.muser@gmail, I'll send you a sample of this. They only seem to have this at the government stores in PA. I don't know. I hope it's more available because it's that good. I have some older Habaneros that would curb. Really? I believe you. I do believe you. I know that there's like a healthy amount, but most of the ones that I've had, they're really good. I'm not trying to hate on the Abana. I was converted to the Abana, but I don't think it has the depth in the, from what I've noticed in the batches I've had. It doesn't have that, and it is also $40 more. It doesn't have that, like, those other dimensions that I've been getting out of the Tamdu. So I don't know. To each is all, man. So here's the link. It is Telix time, man, and I do appreciate everybody for hanging out. If you could, smash that thumbs up on your way out. We're going to go chat Balvenie with Telix the Whiskey Tech. Portwood 21, week of Pete 14 coming up, man. Appreciate you all. Hope everybody is staying safe, being well. And with that, I will catch you guys in a few minutes over on Telix the Whiskey Tech's channel. And we'll keep this Tasty Tuesday rolling, man. Much love, everybody. Sláinte.